Hello and welcome. My name is Jesse Parent and I am reading a poem for Trish Hopkinson. I'm a member of the Salt City Slam team, and Trish gave a generous donation to the Salt City Slam team, and then that means that she gets a poem written by one of us. That one of us is me. Trish is a wonderful poet in and of her own right. She was recently featured in the Salt Lake Tribune for some of her found poems that she had posted on a site called Ullapost. And so I figured that it would be fun to write a found poem for her. So if you want a poem written for you, you just have to go beep, 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 to that website and contribute to our fund, and you can get a poem written for you too. So Trish, this is a found poem based on lines that I found in your poetry, and this is where you're supposed to explain what your parameters were for your found poem. But the parameters were that I looked for any mention of a plant or an animal, and then I arranged them in order that made the most sense from birth to death. So this is a poem called Flora and Fauna. When I was young, I collected odd things to remind me of moments, snapshots of friends, napkins with signatures and doodles, pieces of ribbon, rollin' or Zybil's comb, dried flowers hung upside down by a pushpin, newspaper clippings, mini bottles, candy wrappers, concert ticket stubs, restaurant receipts, the folk art cricket made from wire and a railroad nail. I paused as I held the comb. It still smelled foolish, like 80s hair mousse. Checking notepad, paper address, and faded metal signs directed us down horse-drawn buggy-sized streets, backtracking and veering. One-way arrows instruct cars, but add distance for walking feet. Calf Creek is playful, and giggles as fish tickle with fins and tails. On a good day, the wind would blow pig farm stench in the other direction. In the summer evenings, we'd collect fireflies in mason jars with a few leaves and stems to keep them as two-day pets. A fresh batch courting death, like stuffed birds buried in a kitchen matchbox, consumptive girls with little sparrows' breasts. Pet peeves should play no role in deciding. All I want to do is touch you at all costs, getting my toes wet with dew. He was my kind of guy, organic, shade-grown and extra tall. He had a skinny vanilla latte on his arm, but her disposition wasn't too sweet. Sure, I said, I moved like honey to fill his complimentary cup with ice water. Gush, splash, mist, vibrant, mossy pool surrounds while plants scale walls like sprouting children. A rustle alerts the buck. Tongue swollen with words, eyes dry and palms clammy, I pick my teeth with a cactus needle in anticipation of the flash flood. You add flavor and zing to my life. When I've had a grapefruit day or a bland tomato sandwich week, when the world is pain and lacking, or the celery in my Bloody Mary just ain't cutting it on a Sunday morning, I reach where wine presumably awaits, peel the potato, throw out the berries, chop the rest, a cup of cherries, a cup of wine. It takes more than reproduction, than seeds, to create children clutching flowers in a field of uncertainty. This was when life's eyes were kind to me. Soft sand, red rock, prickly sage terrain where blinding heat strikes like a fist and broods each drop from the ground, yet abundance still scurries and flowers, peaks and hides, scavenges and burrows, a sidewinder mirage caress, keeping my eyelids open and trying to sleep like fish, signing my name with less letters and more scribbles, counting crow's feet, counting yellow toenails, counting haircuts, counting plucked whiskers, counting constantly, drinking beer before noon, drinking liquor right after, drinking it warm or on ice, with a friend or not, waking up drunk, waking up sober, waking up tired, waking up hungry, waking always holy. Table wine is holy. unfolding a letter, unfolding a chair, unfolding into downward dog from child's pose, into corpse pose, picking apricots, picking green grapes, picking out a husband, a shower curtain, selection, always holy, opening an empty cedar chest, still moths and crumbs, staring at a stretched cobwebs immersed in the sun, swallowing nests, swallowing nectar, swallowing chimes, swallowing saliva, swallows, always holy. The evening rises new and wine, yet unopened beckons like blue jays calling mates to a nest after a rainstorm. The night's branches stretch wide and create pathways to the moonlight, pieced into treetops like a swan dive into a sonnet. For a split second, the bird's feet rest, still to the touch, its weight unnoticed by the dangling, sugar-filled vessels smell, taste like raw white turnips with oyster eyes. Petals fell from fingertips. Life's sweetness slept. News lays flat in the driveway, waiting sadly to be recycled pulp, trembling erratically an autumn leaf just released from the highest limb. So that was the poem. Thank you very much again, Trish, and thank you for listening. And also thank you to the King's English, the Off-Broadway Theater, Vertical Diner, and Jitterbug Coffee, some of our sponsors, as well as Weller Bookworks, where we have our Poetry Slam the last Monday of every month. Weller Bookworks in Trolley Square Mall. And if you like this poem enough that want to contribute and get a poem like this, please contribute to our fund. Thank you so much, and have a great